Hi, I'm Jason Sterling. I'm a member of the EA Creator Network. Let's get started here this week, for the sort of build video I'm doing, the build tour video. It really didn't need a tour because these builds that are coming up are so small. In fact, they are the smallest lots in The Sims 4. They are 10 by 15. There are only two lots that are that small in the entire game. One is in Sylvan Glade that you typically reach by going through Willow Creek. The other is in Forgotten Hollow, which you typically reach by going through Oasis. However, in the new pack, the reason why I've lumped these with fairies and fairy videos is the new pack has like a teleport point, a transfer point, where you can access 5 of the 6 hidden lots in the game. I don't know why you can't access the 6th one. I have no idea. It's in Granite Falls, and they did not include it. But these two, which are base game and have the smallest slots, are on the list. So I thought, hey, let's go ahead and we'll go in and we'll do a couple of builds for these really small lots. Because at first, 10 by 15 sounds super, super small. But it's actually, I was surprised. There was enough room to work with here to build something. And I think it came out pretty well. And like this first build that we're looking at here in Sylvan Glade, it could be used as a fairy build. It's definitely got that fairy tale cottage vibe to it coming up. You'll see, especially once we get done, once we're finished with it. I did use, you can see a little bit of the build process here. Now, I don't do a whole lot of build videos, mostly because I rarely build all in a stretch. I'll do some building at home. A lot of what you're seeing here is what I did at home, but then a lot of the building that took place, say, off-site, like at work. So if I'm at work, I've got 10 or 15 minutes at the end of a client, I'll stop and build, or I'll stop and do something else in the game. Or like when I'm eating lunch. While I'm eating lunch, I might work on it as well. And that is usually an impractical time for trying to record anything and then try to keep up with all those little bits of recording all over the place. But you can see a little bit of the build process taking place here. With this particular build in Sylvan Glade, I finally decided, I had another build that I thought about using for this pack, and I still might do it, but I decided to take it and use kind of the core of it as a starter. Let's use it here in case I don't use it anyplace else. We'll use it as kind of the core, and that's what we've done. There's enough room in this build for 2 adult Sims and their toddler. There should be enough room for a child to do a child's bed instead of a toddler's bed. That is a little bit tougher to accommodate here with this build. However, I'm going to put a still shot here that shows like maybe a variation on the furniture placement, how that could work. This is obviously, you could live here. You can live here. You still have to own a lot someplace else, but you could live here in Sylvan Glade. But this is kind of meant as a vacation home, right? A vacation cabin. There's nothing really to do here except fish. And I think there might be a frog log here or something. My thought is you could bring other things in, something to do. I don't know, maybe a campfire ring, game table, maybe. We have a turret on this particular build, but I couldn't get stairs, especially. But I really couldn't even get a ladder to work with it with the configuration on the first floor. So you could teleport Sims up there, though, maybe as a game room or someplace to do the apothecary skill or something like that. Or if they are spellcasters from Realm of Magic, maybe you could put that sort of stuff up there so that it's a little more hidden anyway, gives it a little, air of magic. In this case, I've left it empty, but you could put something up there where they could do something. I thought about making this a 2-story structure. And it could be. Or it could have a basement, so that you could expand the number of people that could stay here. I just really wanted to maintain that sort of cute cottage feel. And that's why I didn't do that. That's why I kind of kept it shrunk down small, where it has that woodland cottage vibe. Now, this build is available on the gallery. If this video is up, this build is on the gallery. You can use it anywhere, obviously, because it's 10 by 15, so it will fit on literally any other lot in the game. It is the smallest lot in Forgotten Grotto. Smallest lots in the game, 10 by 15. If you want to build here yourself, it does require a cheat to build here. The cheat is enable free builds, so it's BB dot enable free build or builds. I can't remember if it has an S on it or not. I think it's enable free build without an S. If that doesn't work, stick an S on it. It's one of the others. And that's it. It's all one word, though. Enable free build is all one word. There's no spaces in any of that. So it's BB dot enable free build. That will allow you to build here if you want to build your own structure. Also, if you want to place this, because you can't place anything there without also putting in that cheat. Otherwise, it won't allow you access to place anything. I don't believe so. I'm sure you can. There are no requirements for this lot, so you don't have to worry about screwing it up. If you delete anything, there's only one thing on it. It's a fishing pond, and you already have another place to fish on this small lot, so you don't really need the pond. If there's a special fish in there, I don't know. I don't fish, and I don't get into that collectibles thing. I guess you should look into that if you really do. If you're really worried you're going to delete this pond and some like death fish or something was in it and you've lost access to it forever, then yeah, check it out. Check it out, right? We're going to check out next Forgotten Grotto, which is one of my favorite lots. Now, I'm going to say real quick, let me say about this one and Forgotten Grotto coming up because I didn't say it at the start. This is it for the lighting. Okay, this is as bright as it gets and as dark as it gets. It never changes. So when you go there, that's what you have. Also, it does not change weather. It doesn't change weather. The weather's always the same. I've never tried the weather changing device from Seasons here. Again, now that I'm thinking about it, that's something to check into. Can I make a snow here? I don't know. I might try to check that out before I upload this video. If I do, you'll see a little note here that says it worked or it didn't work. I might try to remember, and if it works and it snows, and it changes or looks like anything, I'll throw a picture in here so you'll see a picture as well of what that looked like. But I don't think it will. I mean, I think it's pretty basic programming for this lot. Same thing with Forgotten Hollow. It does not ever change lighting. It's like forever night there, so it's dark. If you think this is dark, wait till we get there. It is pretty dark. So just keep that in mind. This isn't. Sometimes I do forget to change the lighting, and you can see when I was doing the build part, I forget sometimes. I'll build in the dark in The Sims. So, but in this case, that's not the case. The lighting for the world, that's just the way it looks. So, okay, here in Forgotten Grotto, you can see right off the bat, I went with sort of an Asian theme. And I'll throw a quick picture here that I grabbed off the internet. And I don't know who it came from, so forgive me. I'm not going to credit the original person here, but this was kind of an inspiration. There's been a ton of pictures like this. You see them all the time if you are looking into this sort of stuff. And that's kind of what struck me when I was looking at this lot. Again, it's super small, 10 by 15. I thought, well, maybe we could do a little temple type of place where people could camp, though. You throw a sleeping bag on one of the platforms. There's a hot pot here and stuff like that. In fact, we'll see a few pictures naturally of both these builds at the end. There'll be a selection of pictures and then what you see here in the video itself. Now, I'm going to say real quick, because I didn't touch on it with the first tour. When you come to these lots, Sylvan Glade, you can bring someone with you. Maybe up to 7 other people. They cannot be toddlers. For some reason, toddlers are never coded into anything, mostly because they came along late, I think, and it would require more extra programming to code them in. However, once you're there, you can go into kind of your friends screen or your relationship screen, and you can click on them and bring them there, or you can click on them in your household panel and select bring them here. And so that way you can have your whole family here. That's how you do that. Sylvan Glade, you can bring someone with you. It's the only lot that works. You're supposed to be able to bring someone with you to all 5 of these lots that are accessible through the touchstone in Everdo. It doesn't work. That's part of the list of things that kind of don't work, which are mostly trivial things, but still, it's $40. It should probably work, right? Right? I definitely should, and it doesn't. So, except at Sylvan Glade, here it did not. I came here, of course, my sim did, and we built this particular structure. There's not much to say about it. I kind of showed my inspiration piece. I just wanted to do something a little bit different here. You have 4 levels. The second level is really nothing because it's open. It's just a 2-story space. There's a couple fireplaces, some vegetation. I put in like on the 3rd level is something that looks a bit like an altar just for decoration. The top level is kind of the same way. I just kind of put something there to have something there. You could bring stuff with you here pretty easily. Again, like a gaming table or maybe something you want your Sims to do. Aside from that, you have the same options here that you had at 6am and Sylvan Glade. You can fish and you can collect. This is a base game lot, so you got base game options, which is fishing and collecting, right? You could bring a woodworking table or something here too and do all sorts of things with it if you want. And there's a sort of camp version that I've done on this lot for camping, like a campground type of camp. I did have a woodworking table on that particular lot. With this one, it's a really pretty lot. It's one of the places that my personal sim and his son would go to camp and hang out. As I said, it doesn't get any lighter. This is it. This is your light right now, perpetual night. But it's cool. It's pretty. It looks very fantastical, right? It looks like a fantasy sort of place. So the build here, there's not much to show. There is a bathroom. There is a kitchen. And that's it. I didn't build formal bedrooms or beds here. You'll need to bring sleeping bags or just kind of flop down on the ground to sleep. I did not put in a tub in either location for washing toddlers, mostly because in a lot of situations like that, I just wash the toddler in the sink since they can't use a shower. Now, in real life, my toddler just used a shower. You know what I mean? There were times I just got him used to using a shower pretty early. You can't wash, he wouldn't wash his hair that way because, he didn't want to get anything in his eyes. But otherwise, yeah, that's how I did it. In the game, I just used the sink. But there is, a single bathroom and a kitchen, a couple of fireplaces, bookshelves. There's bookshelves in case you want to read. So you can read here. And that's it. I'm going to show a little bit more maybe here just as we're talking the sort of build as it went up. A lot of this I did not record. A lot of this got done at work. A lot of this got done at work. I hope you'll hit like, subscribe, and notify. Of course, we have more videos coming. I have another gameplay video coming this weekend. Episode 3 of Josh and Knox and Baby Jocks as fairies, right? As fairies. That's coming up, and it might have already come out. I don't know. I don't know if I'll put this up first or I'll put that up first. I kind of planned on putting the gameplay video up first, but I'm running into a complication. So I'm recording the voiceover for the builds first, and that means it might end up first. Just depends on how quick I can get the next voiceover done and the videos edited together. But please hit like, subscribe, and notify for that video coming. In the meantime, I hope you like this. Both of these are on the gallery. Check them out. I'll say for the 3rd time because it'll be the 3rd episode coming up. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And until then, oh yeah, and I'm going to say thanks for watching. The spread of pictures might still be continuing here if they are the still shots. So there'll be still shots until all the pictures of the lots are done. And then the video will close out. So thanks for watching.